Welcome back
to Spiritual Sparks. Once again, we have another episode for you guys. We wanted to talk about something a little bit more serious, but not in a serious tone, because it's hard to be serious. No, but it's good to be here serious. But we wanted to talk to you guys about social media. So what do you think about social media? Good or bad?
Okay, I think it can be good until it's bad.
That's true.
Does that make sense?
And
you know what? I talk a lot about how social media is bad, but I'll say social media is bad, but I still spend my time on social media.
That's true. Don't we all though? Because I feel even if you say that you don't spend time on social media, you're digesting some sort of content.
No, yeah, 100%. I think that I stay on social media a lot, even though I know it's bad,
Yeah.
So it's something like I have to be on social media less and spend less time on social media.
Well, think about it this way. If you don't spend time on your phone on social media, you're most likely digesting content on your work's TV or on some sort of anything that you see on the streets.
I mean, nowadays it's everywhere.
It's literally everywhere. We use technology for everything. That is true.
And it's normalized to talk about social media and what's going on and all these things, so it's kind of hard to avoid.
And especially for a younger generation, but as well as the older generations. I mean, I wasn't born into an age when there was phones. I think my age was they had flip phones, because I know I had 3 or 4 flip phones. I had the blue ones that you would go like this. So I loved it. It was so cute. And I broke 3 of them on accident.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, my parents were like, if you break another one, you're not getting a phone. And I never broke it. Isn't that interesting how that works? So yeah, were you born into you already had technology?
Yeah, I mean, I got my first phone when I was 8. It was a nice iPhone 7.
Yeah. See, my cuz I'm from 2000, and obviously I was in Cuba for 8 years of it. So I didn't have a phone. I don't even know what that was. The most that I saw was TV, and then at I think 7 or 8, maybe 9, la calabacita would come on, and then it would tell you to go to sleep. It's a Cuban program. So it's at 9 or something, it would cut off, and it would be buenas noches. It just it would just send all the kids to sleep.
Hasta mañana.
Yeah, because then that's when the adult programming will begin.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Don't let your kids watch it.
Not like that, but the adult programming, action
the
movies.
Novelas,
yeah, the novelas, all the
soap operas.
Exactly. All of that would begin. So they would send us to sleep around that time. But yeah, I was never born into that time.
So do you think social media is good or bad?
I think it's good. I know that it's a little rough to defend that it's good, because there's so much bad, but I think it's good. I think it's good if used correctly.
Okay, I like that. I like how you said that.
Yeah. So I think, okay, so from my perspective, my generation and the generation up and coming, just all of them from I think the 2000s and more, kind of were born into some sort of social media and some sort of phones. But then we have the older generations that weren't born into the phones and came into phones at their 20s and 30s, a little bit more. So
That's
are
weird.
Yeah, it is. I couldn't either. But then again, that's how the world works. We evolve and we continue with society.
Things are new.
Yeah. So I think that generation is because they weren't born into it, they didn't have as much of a chance to enjoy
Get
it.
to know it, yeah.
Yeah. So now I see a lot of them that are constantly on their phone, and it's that's bad for you. But I get it, because you weren't born into it. So for you, it's what's going on right now. I need to know. It's digesting all of the content that you never really had a chance to develop with.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Since you didn't grow up with it, it's new. You want to get to know it. So I would understand how it's more addicting for. Well, I think it's addicting for all of us.
It's
to be
addicting
honest.
for all
I
of
think
us.
it's become something a big part of our life.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
we're gonna talk about right now how social media is good and how social media is bad for your mental health. So do you want to start off?
Yes. Okay. So, I think from my perspective, I actually think that social media for your mental health can be good because it gives you like a break.
Okay.
So from my perspective is like, okay, if I just don't want to deal with it, I can just read a book on the go. So
I like that.
So like I said, you can do things the right way that really feeds what like the good, like really feeds the good parts that you want. Like you don't want to be like, okay, well I'm sad and now I'm gonna scroll social media. You're gonna be depressed by the end of it because it's a lot. So I feel like you read a book,
so it's
you
like
read
a
the Bible.
break.
Yeah,
You can take it as a break.
exactly.
I agree. Okay, that makes sense.
That's the good side.
Okay,
what's the bad side?
Listen, what if we just spend all our time on social media when that time could be used for, making new friendships? Or even though you can make friendships through social media, I think that it takes away time from productivity. So if we're spending all of our time on social media watching nonsense, I'm sorry, I say it's nonsense even though I watch it.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't want to be like contradicting myself or like a hypocrite because I say one thing and then
Yeah.
But I actually I think social media is actually bad, and we all as a group should 100% just say no to social media for a while.
So tell me, what's like what are different things that they're bad for?
I'm sorry. No,
go ahead.
We spend a lot of time on social media.
A lot.
And this takes away time from when we could be doing something proactive or when we could be communicating or making new friends. Even though you can make new friends on social media, I think that like just talking, and as humans, we're meant to be surrounded by others and have actual human interactions. You know what I mean? So when we spend time on social media, it takes away from that, and we might end up feeling lonely or depressed or sad just because
it affects the mental health.
Yeah, just because we're not having these human interactions with others.
I would agree. And I think social media can be used a lot as an escape. Say, for example, I'm having a bad day. I just open my phone and I get lost in a book.
So is it good or is it bad?
Well, if you use it correctly, because remember, I'm not going to be endlessly scrolling. I'm going to go towards a book. So
instead of scrolling to see sad, to see happy. Okay. How is social media bad for us as a society? Or how is it good?
Okay. I think as a society, what everyone always says is social media has allowed us to maintain contact or kind of act as a bridge between you and a family member that you couldn't access before. So essentially, it's faster than sending a letter, right? Okay. So that also has bad things, of course, but I think it allows us to connect with people. Human experience is always like an interaction. So I think they say if you take a human and you put them in a box and they live there like that forever, they'll go insane. We need human interaction. We need to interact with others. Even if you're somebody that's lonely and you prefer to be alone, you need some sort of interaction because that's how we are. We're a very social like race. We're like is that race? Yeah. We're very social people. Yeah. So I think in that, it has benefited society.
I get it.
And advancement as well.
When you can't connect with people physically, you can connect with them through social media.
You can. And also for human like advancements like technology and stuff, and we've advanced in with regards to like agriculture, technology, sciences, math, history, all of these things. Like we've advanced because we were able to communicate with each other, and we were able to, Google is an amazing like search engine that can just look up anything in seconds. So I think you have a lot of information in your hands. Now, that is very good, but it is very, very bad because, and why?
It depends how you use it.
Exactly.
What if you're using Google for things you're not supposed to be using it for? So it really depends on what you put it to.
What you invest your time in.
Yeah, exactly. Are you using Google's for your homework? Are you cheating in your homework with Google?
That's right.
Or are you looking up how to...
No, of course not. No, I would never.
Maybe you're trying to grow a tree. How do I grow a tree? this is another thing. When, okay, let's say on Instagram, right? You have all your friends and you look at their stories and you look what they're posting, and your friend just got a new something and you want that something now.
Yeah.
And your friend went to Greece for vacation and now you want to go to Greece for a vacation. So it's like we're not ever going to.
Greedy. You get greedy.
Exactly. And we're never gonna end up being ourselves if we just have little pieces of everything we see on social media. Not saying that social media is bad and you can't get what your friend has, or you can't take a vacation to Greece just because your friend did so too. But sometimes all our decisions depend on what my friend is doing, depending on this Instagram story, or even like influencers. Oh, what is Kim Kardashian doing? Why is she in Italy?
So much.
Why is her wedding in Italy?
Yeah.
I'm going to have my wedding in Italy.
Have you seen the weddings in Italy?
No.
It's so good. It's so pretty.
Wait, it's that venue? I've seen like the venue.
It's like
the
it's like a
grass
long venue. You like come down of this like castle. You like come down
Right,
these like
I've
stairs.
seen it. It's like the a gray.
It's
and
a
it's like
very
the
long
grass.
walk. Like
I've seen it.
Okay, that's a very long walk on your wedding day. Like they're gonna be clapping for a while. And
That's so funny.
exactly. So it's like I know it's very
The
very
song is
easy
not
to
going to
agree
be long enough.
Exactly. They're just gonna. It's just like you're gonna have to get John Legend to do like an extended version for your wedding because you can't. It's like 15-minute walk from like the venue to your actual like wedding
Entrance or whatever.
entrance. Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's too long. But anyways, it's obviously it's so cute.
Well,
it's adorable.
of course.
It's so pretty.
Who
But
would want to not have a wedding in Italy?
I mean, not me for the price. That's crazy.
So if Kim Kardashian is having a wedding in Italy, are you going to have a wedding in Italy?
No.
Exactly.
I don't got
And
money for wedding in Italy. Do you got wedding in Italy money? I don't.
But just because someone else is doing this, it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that we should too. And I think
I
we
agree.
do that a lot. And that's the part where I say like social media is bad.
Yeah.
Because we want to do what everyone else is doing, you know?
Yeah, and I would say try not to like codiciar, like try not to like want to do things that other people are doing. Like most of the time, those pictures are edited, and even if they're not, that's fine. They're there. You're here. You know.
Exactly. You don't have to be
You don't
someone
have
else.
to be
And
them. You're you.
one thing me and my family do is like when you're like being nonchalant or like you're being really quiet and stuff, or when I'm talking to you and you're being like not responsive and you're just being really dry with me,
Yeah.
I'll be like, why are you acting like such a robot? So why are you being a robot? Stop being a robot.
Yeah.
So when I was like
get it together.
exactly, when I was like typing this, I wrote like, we have to, like, we can't be robots. Programmed the same way.
Exactly.
We're going to end up being robots for real if we're just doing what everyone else is doing. So we're going to be like copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, you know?
That's what I'm saying. I think it has to do a lot with the like promotional and I like the way that you surround like yourself, because if all of your friends, if like 95% of your friends are doing cool things and all you see on your feed is cool thing after cool thing, obviously you're gonna be like, well, what am I doing with my life that's special?
So that also has to do with self-control. Do you have enough self-control to balance your time between social media and this? Do you have enough time to balance your wants and other people's wants? Like, what is the balance? You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's all about self-control. Just because your friend is doing something, you should have enough self-control to say, hey, I can do that too, but I'm not going to, you know, put my slave to this. Like, I have to do this just because my friend is doing so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people actually like that's something they need. Like, they need to satisfy themselves by doing what other people are doing. And it's not good.
I would agree. I think even if you work hard to try to be like somebody else, at the end when you are doing the things as that person is doing, you're like, well, now I'm here and I don't really even like these things.
Exactly.
Why are you trying to be somebody else? Be the person that you want to be. And I know that that's hard because you're like, I don't even know who I want to be or what I want to be. But you're not going to find it by trying to copy somebody else. It's not how that works.
100%. So now we're going to move on.
So what do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah. All good points.
Now we're going to move on to how is social media good or bad for us as Christians?
For Christians.
Yes.
Ooh.
This is good. Okay.
So how do you think it's good?
How do I think it's
Wait. Yeah, wait.
You want you could do so you
No, how do you think it's bad?
How do I think it's bad? Okay. So first, I want to say that the Bible doesn't say like social media is bad. You should not go on social media. You should not do this. You should not do that. For all, social media isn't really bad unless you know, unless you don't know how to control your time, how to control, are you balancing between your time with God and the time you spend on social media? Are you balancing all these things? Because if you're not, then you really can't, like if you have the capability to control what you're doing and you're spending, you have good management with your time and all this, and you have enough self-control to know between good and wrong,
I would agree.
I don't think it's bad, you know?
I would agree. I think even like, I'll give you an example. This is something that I battle with constantly because I do it and I feel so bad with myself for doing it. But for some reason, I just like, it's a constant thing. When the pastor is preaching, right? When he's having his sermon, he is like preaching, and then my mind goes, oh, phone, you know? And then I grab my phone and I'm like on Pinterest or on Instagram or on Facebook. What am I doing there? I can't.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Because I feel so bad about it too.
Me too.
Like I'll go
It's
home and I'll be like,
thing.
why would I, like, I wasn't even listening.
I wasn't. And then your parents are like, did you like the sermon? I think he did a very good job
And you're
defining
like,
this. And you're like, I mean, I remember that he mentioned like Joseph or something, but like, I don't, you know, and then you get by through that. But I struggle with that, and I get it because it's an unconscious decision that you're just like, let me check what's going on. And it's not the
we have
best.
to know time and place.
Exactly. And I think that's just like unconscious, but it's something that I'm definitely working on because it's, one, is disrespectful, and two, I'm not getting the food that I need to, you know, the word of God. I think I said that right. Word of God? Exactly. Like the daily bread. Exactly. So I'm not getting that. And it's really sad because I spend all week without going to church, and Saturday is that one day that I'm going to church, and I'm basically telling to God I can't spend 3 hours or an hour listening to the pastor and without picking up my phone, you know? Yeah.
So we just have to learn how to control that.
Yeah, time and place.
Yeah, and social media can be good to an extent and bad to an extent. So we just have to learn how to use it.
Social media has its goods and its bads, but make sure that you're using it for good.
That's all we have to say for today. Thank you so much for listening.
And I hope you join us on the next episode. Share, like, and subscribe.
Yep.
Also comment, please. We love feedback. And
love
we'll see you on the next episode of Spiritual
Spiritual
Sparks.
Sparks.
Bye.